Okay, no buttons are in. And let's start. Okay, if knees are hurting at any point, you're just gonna step off and switch to a straddling because it can be a little bit, it can be challenging if your knees are sore to have, the uneven height in the hips. So at any point, if it gets to be too much with the ups and downs, you can just keep those heels squeezing. Keep the inside of the ankles squeezing into the motor. And first thing we're gonna do is you're gonna have your hands in and let's start with your right foot on, left foot back. And you're gonna have your palms facing behind you. And we're just gonna pull back and forward, pull back and forward, back and forward, back and forward. Good. For 10, 9, 8. You wanna make sure you have a little bit of room side to side. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now keep the arms pulled behind you. Step up and back. Step up and back. And it's about keeping those arms behind you and standing up fully. So you let those hips, you don't want to stand up and be in flex position in the hips. You're getting that full hip extension in that right leg. Up and back. Up and back. For 5, 4. We're going to then go straight out into a parallel squat. 2, and then you're going to send that left foot out. Parallel squat. Squat down and up. Squat down and up. Good. Squat down and up. For 5, then we're going to add in a bicep curl for 4. For 3. For 2. And now add in a bicep curl. You squat down, and then as you stand up, you bicep curl. Good. So starting to continuous movement, getting the heart rate to start to build. Up and down. For 5, we're going to then be bringing that left knee up, holding your squat, bringing the left knee up to meet the right hand in 2. Last one, so you go down into your squat, shift over, left knee up to right hand. Up, 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 up. Now, we're going to start to go as fast as you can, staying low in 3, 2 for a 10 count. Go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then we're going to slow it down and squat down and side bend over. Squat down, bring that right arm up. Yeah, up and up. So kind of using this, let the lungs expand. For 3, for 2, last 1. Now stay low in your squat. You want to stay low as you switch side to side, switch side to side. Good. And noticing that you're staying in your squat. Now, if this is troublesome to anyone's knees, you're going to stay low and step over. Going over. Otherwise, stay low. Yes, good, Cam. And Cam, if you can, get a little slower in your squat when you do that. Yeah. For 5, 5, 4, 4. We're going to be pausing with the left foot on the motor in 2, 1, 1, left foot on the motor and hold. And bend and straighten the elbows, holding your squat. Good. Up, up, up. Good. Up. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hand. Stand up tall, keep the arms straight, squat down and up, 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 up. Keeping the pelvis in the middle. Good, trying not to just shift the weight all into that right leg. Good, for 5, 4. Then we're gonna be holding that squat, bringing the right leg up to the left hand. On this one, squat down, shift over, right, up, 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 up. For 5, then we're gonna be going as fast as you can for a 10 count in 2, 1, and quick, 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 quick. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Step up, step back, placing that right foot on the ground, and pull back, pull back, pull back. We're doing these pullbacks. Good, good, good. For 5, 4, 3, 2, keep those arms pulled back behind you. Step up, step up. Good. Step up, step up, step up, step up. Good. Keeping those arms back. So trying to keep the tempo up as quick as you can manage to hold it. So if you need to slow it down a little bit so that you can maintain, that's great. For 5, 4, then we're going to be going back out into our parallel squats. 2 and 1. Parallel squat, squat down, then side bend and reach. Getting that rib expansion. Rib expansion. Good. For 5, 4, 3, 2. On this one, you hold down. And again, we're going to go cross over, cross over, cross over, cross over. Stay low and low. Good. For 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1. Stand both feet on either side. Let the arms reach down, roll down. Place the straps in. Just hinge over, take a big inhale. Exhale, build your spine back up, leaving the straps. Float the arms up, let the ribs expand. Inhale, arms above the head. Exhale, arms go out to the side. Hands come down. And now you're just gonna roll down and come to a sitting position on your motor. Let's put a button in on either side. We will be going up to standing again, so just know that we're gonna just take a quick breather and break to work your core. Hands are in, palms are facing the ceiling. Roll back and hold. So in your C curve, if it's better to do a hinge back, do that hinge back and then come back up. Notice that your arms are staying engaged in your shoulders. Don't reach forward and round that back. The roundness is happening from your lumbar spine rolling and then back up. Just don't let, as you roll back, continue rolling back. Don't reach out of those shoulders. Bring the shoulders with you. Good. Now on this one, you're going to pause back in that C curve. Good. Now bend and straighten. Bend and straighten. Good. Now pulling those shoulder blades down, keeping the arms in their socket is going to let your core work to isolate the stability. And it's also going to engage more across your scapular stabilizer. So across that mid back, if you can keep that engaged, you're going to get more work here, integrating it into a full body exercise. Now, as you bend your elbows, alternate marching legs. Up, good, up. And really finding that lower lumbar stability. So pull that triangle in as you draw that leg up. Up for 5 more. 5, 4, whichever leg is in tabletop, you're going to keep it in tabletop. In 2, and on this one, keep whichever leg is up, up. Now you're going to rotate the opposite elbow towards that knee. Just rotate, trying not to come up any bit in your C curve. It's just meet that elbow to knee, and which your opposite arm. So for me, my left leg is in tabletop. I'm rotating my right elbow, but I should feel a pull happening in my left arm that's rotating behind me. For 3, because my shoulders are engaged, I'm activating my rotators of my spine. 2, last 1. Place that foot down, rotate back to center, come all the way up, turn your palms to face behind you and pull back. Pull back. Now, if it's getting into the neck, you want to come up more and support the spine. Pull those shoulder blades down. Good. And from this position, as we're working our posterior chain, just move the neck gently. Getting a little bit of a stretch for 5, 4, 3, 2, pull back and hold. Sit up tall. Now roll back. Your hands will come towards the ground. Reach those arms forward, turn the palms to face each other. Bend and straighten your elbows with your palms facing each other. So we're doing hammer biceps. Your palms are facing each other. They're not facing your body. Good. Draw your shoulder blades down. Good. For 5, 4, 3, and then we're going to pause for 2 and pause here. Opposite leg comes to tabletop. Remember which side you ever used? You used your other leg. Find that stability here. Now rotate opposite elbow towards that knee and feel that rotation of the obliques in the back portion, closer to your spine. So they're called your multifidi. They are part of the whole complex of your core. They rotate the spine, assisting the obliques. For 3, for 2, this side is more challenging for me. Last 1, place the foot down, sit all the way up. Place those straps in the pegs. Then we're down very low here. So you're gonna scoot back. This may be challenging for some. If it is and you can sit up rolling your towel, we are gonna come from this low squat to a standing position. So if you feel like you can't do it with your hands in the straps, what you're gonna do is you're gonna bring your hands forward and push up. Otherwise, you squeeze your ankle bones into the motor. Bend your elbows. You hinge forward. Get the weight into your heels. And it's not about pushing the knees forward towards the armbar. You stick your butt back behind you and you stand up. Good, good, good. And then we're gonna go back down. Go as low as feels comfortable for you. Stand back up. Draw those shoulder blades down. Lower back down. Good, so you're going to your range of motion that you can go. And then take a look at your knees. Can you keep your knees from going forward over your toes? The way you do that is you stick your butt back. Good. For 5 and down. For 4. Get that core engaged. Kathy, pull your shoulders down. Separate your hands a little bit more. For 3, 2. And on this one, you go all the way down. You're going to come up halfway. Straighten those arms down towards the ground. Squeeze with your ankle bones. Pull back. Pull back. For 5, 4, 3. Check to make sure your motor isn't moving. Pull the arms and hold. Now bend and straighten your elbows. Bend and straighten. Stick your tailbone back a little bit more, Cam, if you can, and then sink down if that feels okay in your knees. For 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. And reach those arms forward. Stack up tall. Right foot comes on top. Left foot goes in back. Take a big inhale, catching your breath, and then exhale. Inhale. So all that inner thigh work, you should still be drawing them towards each other here. And palms are going to face your body. You're going to bring those arms straight up and then pull back. So you have a button in. If that's too heavy, make your range of motion smaller. If you feel like that your range of motion is too small, you can take out that button. But see if you can work in that discomfort a little bit. As long as it's not pain and it's that challenge discomfort. For 2, last one. Bring those arms down. Hinge forward, stick that tailbone out, float the back leg up. You're in this one-legged, hinge forward arabesque. Bend the knees so the bottom of the foot goes towards the ceiling. Now, you're gonna put a footprint on the ceiling 10 times. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hinge up, bringing that leg to tabletop in front of you. Bend your elbows to a 90-degree angle. Now, we're going to step out with that Left leg's gonna step out parallel and hold your squat. Rotate and punch across. Rotate and punch. Rotate and punch. Rotate and punch. Good. Now, take a look at your pelvis. It shouldn't be moving. This is all about your ribs and that push from the obliques underneath the armpit. Eyes of the elbows are pointing towards the ceiling. I'm giving you a lot of directions, not with the intent that you have to do all of them, but the more you hear them, when I say them again later, it will sound familiar. For 5, so even if you only catch 10% of it, 4, 3, 2, 1, stay low, switch to the other side and rotate and punch. As I was saying, only if you catch 10%, when I say it again on the other side, more of it will sink in. So rotating only through the ribs, eyes of the elbows towards the ceiling, pushing from underneath that armpit. For 5, hey Tony, 4, 3, 2, 1, rotate back to center, squat down and hold. Hinge forward, reach those straps into the home position, leave them in, build yourself back up. Bring your foot off the motor, round the shoulders forward and back. Good. Now you're gonna straddle that motor again. And inhale, exhale, look down the nose, round the spine forward. And you're just gonna bend your knees so that both hands are on the motor. And then let's take that right arm straight up towards the ceiling as you rotate, opening your heart. We're getting this rotation of the spine. Let the pecs open. Place the other hand down. Rotate the opposite arm up and rotate that heart up. If it was cold this morning, hopefully you're nice and warm now. Place both hands on. Build your spine back up. Okay, we're gonna just take the motor, flip it 180 degrees. So now your arm bar is gonna be facing behind you. Same, but different. My favorite expression. Okay, and you're gonna come to a sitting with your arm bar behind you. So from this position, there's multiple things you can do with your legs. You can have your legs kind of half bent out in front of you. If you really want to challenge your balance, sitting that crisscross is going to be the hardest. Or you can have your knees bent, hugging in. This requires a good amount of knee flexibility. I still have a button pushed in. You want to challenge those underarms. We're going to get that idea of that push from underneath the armpit. Really keeping that heavier load in is going to give you that feeling. Bend, bring your hands into the strap, bend your elbows. Your elbows aren't going to go behind your body. You're going to keep them as most at your side. That's the most shoulder extension you're going to get. Both hands are in. Reach forward, draw back in. Now for this, you're going to pay attention to your eyes of your elbows. That's where your elbow crease happens. Your thumbs are towards the ceiling. The eyes of your elbows should also be towards the ceiling. So you're not gonna, your elbows, if they're bending out wide, that's gonna take the eyes of the elbows towards each other. Good, Patricia, just stretch out. So if anybody's feeling this uncomfortably in their shoulders, do this movement without the straps and you focus on the muscle activation. For 3, so you should be aware of that underarm push by now. If you're feeling it only in the top shoulder, focus on drawing the socket into the shoulder. And now on this one, push forward and hold. Okay, eyes of the elbows are forward. Good, sorry, towards the ceiling. Rotate your inner part of your elbow towards each other, and that's gonna get that underarm. Palms are still facing each other, Kathy. You wanna pull your inner elbow towards each other. Good, and now we're holding here. Now open those arms out to the side. Don't let those ribs pop. And then bring those arms back to center. Open those arms. And then bring them back to center. Now it's going to be a 3 count to open the arms out to the side. For 3, for 2, last 1. Hi, Otis. And then 3 count to bring the arms back together. 3, 2, 1. Pause with those arms forward. And 5 circles each direction. 5. Listen to how slow they are. For 4. Rotate the eyes of the elbows towards the ceiling. For 3. For 2. They're not necessarily big. They are slow. 1. 5 the other direction. Slow it down, Cam. For 5. 4. 3. Make them smaller, Kathy. 2. These are the worst. Last one. And bend your elbows in. Reach the arms behind you. Hinge forward. And just then let your spine round. And you're just getting a little bit of like a child's pose with some slight traction in the shoulders. Then build your spine back up. Good. Let the bobblehead happen. Let your straps rest in the motor. You're going to take your left leg, you're going to bring it forward, and it's on the ground. Okay? We're not using the motor right now. You're going to come up into this like hurdler pose. Hurdler? I think so, maybe. Or a lunge. Cam, if it's too much in the knees, go ahead and come straight up to standing as is now. And from here, so you have the motor in between, so you have a wider stance in your legs. Shift into that front heel. And all that we're going to do is straighten the back leg. You just straighten the hinge up. And then lower that knee back down. You can place your hands on your knee and you're hinging and then lowering back down. That back leg is just straightening. The pelvis rotates forward more and then back down. The sits bones goes towards the ground. The sits bones go towards the wall behind you. Sit bones towards the ground. Good, Cam. Sit bones to the wall behind you and hold. Then build your spine up, straighten your legs, bring them back. And we're standing again. Let's go ahead, place your hands in the straps. Still have a button in if you can. It's gonna be a challenge for the inner thighs. If you can keep that heavier button in, you squeeze with your ankle bones. Okay, elbows are gonna bend in at your side. What we're gonna do, squeeze your inner thighs. Squat down, push forward. Stand up, come in. Squat down, push forward. Stand up and in. Now, it gets heavy fast. Good. I just had to check. It feels so heavy. I thought I had 2 buttons in. I do not. Push forward. Come in. Let's do 5 more. 5. Good. Kathy, pull those shoulders down away from your ears as you push forward. 3. 2. And on this one, let's hold. You're squatting down. You're holding with those inner thighs. Elbows come in. 5 circles each direction. 5. 4. 3. 2. These are the worst. Last one. 5 circles the other direction. Okay, pause. Before you start those circles, pay attention to your shoulders. If your shoulders are rising up, your circles are too big. 5. 4. Push forward more. Good. 3. 2. Last one. Bend those elbows in. Stand up tall. Let's place your right foot in front, left foot in back. Stand up. Take a big inhale. Exhale. Let's bend and straighten the elbows. Bend and straighten. Bend and straighten. Bend and straighten. For 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Lower the arms down. Hinge forward. Letting that pelvis rotate. Now float that back leg to into your arabesque. And you're holding that arabesque. Trying to get your torso parallel to the ground. Holding here. Now let the tension of those straps and ropes pull your shoulder blades down away from your ears. Bend your knee so the bottom of the foot goes towards the ceiling. Footprint on the ceiling 10 times. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stand up tall. We're going to take that right foot, step it out to the side. Woo. You have the straps coming from behind you. And squat down, stand up. Squat down, stand up. Squat down. Now you're going to really get that rotation of the torso here. So you're going to squat down. Now as you stand up, you rotate that left arm across the body and stand. rotate across the body. Now your pelvis doesn't move. Your pelvis stays in between your two knees. Squat down, rotate and stand. Squat down, rotate and stand. Good. Remember, you can always take that button out. For 5, we're gonna be building up that heart rate again. For 4, for 3, for 2, last 1, and then rotate down into your squat. Rotate all the weight into your left leg, right knee up to meet left hand. Go, 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 go. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and switch legs. Once you get that other foot on, hold up. Catch your breath. And bring those arms back forward. Legs are going to be parallel, wider squat, and squat down, punch across. Squat down, punch across. Down, across. Down, across. Good. So heart rate should be up a little bit. We're going a little bit slower, building up to those quick high knees again. For 5, 4, 3, 2, last 1. Then you're going to hold your squat. Okay, all the weight goes into your right leg. Bring left knee up. Quick, 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 quick. Good. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Breathe. 2, 1, and place the foot down. Straddle your motor. Hinge forward, place the straps in, and just hang there for a second. Let go of your straps, bring your hands onto the motor. And then you're just gonna come down to sitting on your motor. Your arm bar should be facing behind you. Let's go ahead, lie down on your back with your head towards the arm bar. You're gonna place your feet in the straps. We're gonna have 1 button in on each side. If your back is feeling a little tender and you want that extra support, put in a second button. The lighter it is, the more work it will be for your core. Geez, it just feels good to lie down. Tired of standing. Okay, once you get your feet into the straps, you're gonna straighten those legs up towards the ceiling. And then just try to let your hamstrings relax. Let your knees pull in towards you. You get a little bit of a hamstring stretch. Now from here, let's just lower and lift your left leg. Just the left leg. The right leg is going to stay still towards the ceiling. Good. Just working the two sides independently. Then we're going to basically do scissor kicks, or not basically, we are going to do. So as one leg lifts, the other leg lowers. Good. And so just allowing the two sides to move independently, yet together. For 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2. Then you're gonna pause in your scissor kick, whichever leg is where, it does not matter. Now, again, same thing, open and close both legs. They aren't lifting and lowering at all. They're just opening and closing out to the sides. They stay in the same plane, meaning they don't lift or lower, but we just get that isolated abduction, the taking away of the leg, and the adduction, the drawing the legs in. For 3, for 2, last 1. Then you're going to switch your leg placements and continue opening and closing. We've changed how the adductors play with gravity, the interaction with gravity. So it's the same movement, but how the muscles are being affected will be different. They're both, the legs are doing AB and abduction, but they should be working differently. For 5, 4, 3, 2, bring the legs together, send both legs up towards the ceiling, and then lower both legs down to as low of an angle that you can maintain and hold. Now, bend both legs in, reach back to that low angle and hold. Reach both legs in, reach back to that low angle and hold. So we're finding that moment of stillness, get the core engaged, see if you can travel down a little lower. Then bend your knees in, push forward and hold. Good, so it's not just in and out. By having those legs staying out there and holding, you have to work your core. Y'all are continuing to bend your legs in and out, and you should be holding them straight out. Good, don't bend them in, keep them straight out. Good, we're holding here. Good, and now we're gonna alternate egg beaters. Egg beaters, meaning one ankle crosses on top of the other, keeping those legs straight. In and over and over and over for 5, 4. I sounded so harsh saying that y'all were doing not what I said. I didn't mean to sound so mean. For 3, for 2, last 1, and bring the legs together. Bend them in and hold. Your legs are bent in and held. Straighten your legs straight up towards the ceiling. Now we're gonna do big leg circles. Circle the legs down and around. Up through center, separate, down and around. Up through center, down and around. Good. Up, separate, down and around. 3 more. 3, 2, 1, change directions. Good. So you should be feeling your core working really hard to keep your spine just stuck on the middle of the roller. And then let's pause with both legs straight out. And you're gonna lower them down as low as feels comfortable for you and keep them there. Now, you're gonna just lift and lower the right leg 5 times. Left leg stays completely still. Lift and lower. This is 2, 3, 4, good, and 5. Lift and lower the opposite leg. Lift and lower. Good. Lift and lower. And just pay attention to the stillness on the other side. How much is that core working to try to take up the load of your center of gravity change? 2, last 1. Bend your knees in, place your feet down on the ground. And you're gonna keep your mid back on the roller. You're not gonna be able to lift very high. You're gonna just lift your hips up into a bridge. So we're just up into this bridge. And then from here, just bring those arms straight up towards the ceiling. Open the arms out to the side. And you're just getting those hips up and the chest open. And then lower your pelvis all the way down. Bring your arms back underneath your straps. Bring your right foot out of the strap. Then bring your left foot out of the strap. And then just shake it out. Good. We're moving quickly today. So let's sit up. So the arm bar is still gonna be facing behind you, but now we're gonna lay over across the motor. So you're laying across the motor so we can do some side lying. Let's take the button out on both sides. The button's coming out. And then you're laying across the motor and you're gonna reach behind you and actually come as far away from the arm bar as you possibly can. Then you're gonna place your foot in the strap and you kind of want it around your arch, and then you're gonna hook so that the carabiner is on top of your ankle. So you kind of do this underarm hook with your heel so that the strap is really staying in your arch. And you're pushing away from the ground. And let's just lift and lower this top leg. Now, all that underarm work that we've done is a part of this. You're not just being lazy into the shoulder, you're pushing away and drawing that roller in. For 5, for 4, for 3, 2, And then you're gonna lift that foot up and hold. So now we're working our hip flexors deep in the core as you draw that leg up. See if you can get that triangle to pull in and make this about your abdominals, drawing up. This is good for any crackling in the back and working those low abdominals. So you really want to focus on that triangle. Create more support for that pelvis by drawing that triangle in. It's going to let your SI joint relax and cause your spine to have to stabilize without shifting the structure for 3, for 2, and kick forward and hold. Now let's just bend the knee and straighten the knee. Now your knee should be in front of you. You should be able to see the top of it. Good. We're just kicking forward and back. So this is straight knee isolation. If this is causing pain in anybody's knee, you're going to instead bring the leg in line with your body and kick and straighten it. And if that is still caught, that works, good. Good. It's probably a little too much flexion for your knee if it's causing pain. Now you're going to kick that leg straight out in front or in line with your body and hold. Let's paint 5 circles each direction. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5 the other direction. Kathy, lift the leg a little higher. Cam, lift the leg higher. 3, good. Patricia, lift a little higher. 1 and hold. Now we're just going to lift and lower from here 5 times. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Internally rotate. Drop your big toe to just barely touch the ground. Slide that foot back. Big toe is barely touching the ground. Slide it forward. You're internally rotated. Forward and back. And you have that foot touching the ground. I saw a really cool thing on the equinox, and this reminded me of it. Don't ask how that came to mind, but this does. I'll explain it later. For 3, for 2, last 1, and bend that knee in, rest. Bring that foot out of the strap, shake it all out. Okay, come up to an all fours position. And you just start rounding your spine up. I swear with Zoom, you just start talking the whole time and then all of a sudden just a stream of consciousness starts coming out. Can't even control. For 3, 2, good. You're just rounding that spine, letting that pelvis get a little bit more movement. And then let's go ahead and come over to the opposite side. Yeah, it was how like ancient civilizations used like this pole to track how the sun moved so that they could build structures to hit the equinox at the perfect time, and it involved a pole, and they would track it with a line that tracked the sun, and so it was similar to that. So there you go. Go ahead, place that foot in the strap. And then from here, as we're waiting, you can just get a little bit of a side bend stretch. As everyone's getting their feet in the straps. And then you're going to press those shoulders down away from the ears. Get that underarm engaged. Float the leg up. And you want to push out of that foot. The more pushing out that you can get, the more engagement you'll get in the full hip. And we're going to kick forward and back. Kick forward and back. Kick forward and back. Forward and back. Good. And take as much time as you need. At any point, if you need to take a break, just take a break and join back in. So Kathy, try not to let your pelvis move. And Patricia, push out of your shoulder if you can. Get a little bit more weight even on your ribs on the motor if that feels okay. And now let's kick that leg forward and hold. Cam, kick the leg in line with your body if it gets into the knee, only if it gets into the knee. But we're gonna do straight knee extension, bend and straighten. Yeah, so that goes for anybody. If it's getting into the kneecap specifically, you bring the knee back in line with your shoulder and you do knee extension this way. That's if it starts to hurt the knee. And remember, you want that kind of carabiner going on top of your ankle bone, your outside ankle bone. For 3, for 2, let's kick that leg forward and hold. You're reaching out. Now everyone, push your sit bones away from the motor. And let's paint 5 circles each direction. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5 the other direction. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Let's lower it down. Lift it up. Lower down. Lift up. Lower down. Lift up. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Kick the leg back in line with you. Internally rotate. So your toes going towards the ground. Place that big toe barely on the ground. Slide it forward and back like you're tracing. You can make a half circle. Can't make a half circle, but you can make close to it. Maybe a 90-degree angle. Good. Kicking forward and back. And that toe is rotated towards the ground for 3, for 2, last 1. And bring that foot out of the strap. Shake the leg out. Let's go ahead, go to our all fours position that you're facing your motor. You can place, we're gonna be doing a plank. So either place your hands or your forearms on. Find what works for you. Sorry, Cam, you keep on having to maneuver, rearrange. Okay, so once you find that area, take a look at your elbows. Get the eyes of the elbows pointing forward. Bend your elbows slightly, and that's gonna turn on that underarm. So you're pushing your elbows slightly back behind you. That's gonna turn on your shoulder depressors, your lower trapezius. Get those elbows slightly bent. Reach one leg back, then the other leg back, and those shoulder stabilizers should be engaging even more. Your scapula are separated. Now, Kathy, pull your head away from the ground more. Pull it up. Good. Cam, you as well, as if someone's pulling the back of your head away from the ground. Good, Patricia. Yes, now shoulders are separated. Let's just not let anything move as you bend one knee in towards the same elbow. The only thing moving is the thigh bone drawing your foot forward. So basically from your thut down, there's movement. Everywhere else, there's stability. And we're just alternating. Good, and really pull on that triangle for 5, 4, 3, 2, last 1. And bend your knees down. Push your sits bones towards your heels. Let your hands drape over. You're getting this kind of child pose supplicant. And then you're gonna come up and you're just gonna straddle your motor, come up to a high kneeling, and you're gonna bring your arms out to the side. We're using the high kneeling position in between the motor so you get those inner thighs engaged as you side bend and reach down. If you can keep those inner thighs engaged, you're gonna get a bigger stretch. Reach down. If you're only your fingertips, that's fine. But squeeze those inner thighs. Then use your inner thighs squeezing to pull yourself back up. Then squeeze those inner thighs. Side bend the other direction. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. So you're still getting that stretch, but you're getting that stability. Squeeze the inner thighs to pull yourself back up. So you get more oblique work. Then again, send the sit bones back. Come to this chest onto the roller, arms straight out in front. And then you draw your hands in to come up to an all fours position. Tuck your toes, lift your hips up, push back into a downward dog. Walk your feet forward, bending those knees slightly, then build your spine up one vertebra at a time. Shake the arms out. Fantastic job, everybody. Happy Friday.